Alright, back at it this morning. I just loaded out 3 loads and my little holding area is pretty well cleaned up now. Drove down here. I'm going to finish cleaning up this sediment right here, and the lower section will pretty much be done. I'm going to dig a little bit more out in front of that valve. And then the game plan is to start transferring this mud right here over, and I think I can get it enough of that sediment out where I can build me a ramp down in there and get the 220 out there and start transferring all that over where I can reach it. Worst case, what I'm thinking is I can lay some mats right here and track this thing to the edge and reach out there and I don't know, get what I can. Regardless, all that's gonna come out. I just ain't quite figured out how yet. To be determined. Alright, let's get this little side cleaned up. I'm going to take this mat, if I can scoop it up, like so. This thing actually handles these mats a little better than I thought it was going to. Oh, I'm going to try to put them right here and stack some in there. So I can drive the machine off in there. I don't know if I'll drive this one off in there, but if I feel froggy enough, I will. I've got enough mats to bridge it. I think I can sit right there and reach out there and get a fair amount. I'll actually grab 2 or 3 of these, whatever ones I can reach. Let's see if I can scoop this up like so. Nope. Come on. Get up under it. There, I got it now. Set that right. Let's see if I can get this one a little closer over. It's kind of hard to do precise movements with this thing. I don't think that would break if I drove on it. I'll put another one down on top of it just for safekeeping. There, I'm getting a little rotten. They only last about 3 years, 2 or 3 years, depending on how much you use them. Oh, screwed that up. Let's try that again. Oh, don't fall backward. Oh, there we go. There. Gotcha now. That shouldn't break now because it'll have enough support from all of those. This machine's probably 60-some thousand pounds, I would say. But I shove some of these rocks up under there. There we go. Now it's supported. Ta-da! Alright, now I suppose I can clean this mess up right here that I made. Still a little grade work. Make everything look nice. Oh, too much. Too much grade work. Scroll that button. See, it's kind of hard to grade. I got a brand new machine here with the wild damn bucket they put on here. Look how bent it is. It could stand to be about twice as big. It's a smooth machine though, I like it. Cab layout sucks. I don't like cabs. Armrest hurt. They don't move. I feel like the cab's about 10 years behind. That I'm gonna tell you what's true. That was the most impressive long reach I've ever seen. It had, if the bucket wasn't at least twice as big as this one, it was 3 times, and it had the tilt on it. And I swear you could heap it up as much as you could, and that machine would not tip. That was the stoutest. Of course, that machine weighed like 80,000 pounds too. It was insane. Gonna reach the end of that mat. Nope, about 3 foot shy. It's alright, I can grab it with the 220 there. It's funny, after running this thing and I hop in that, it feels like I'm in a mass excavator. Everything's so stout, stout looking. Alright, nothing precise here, just getting it smeared down some, and when we get done we'll bring the Mini over here and I'll run around here with the grading bucket and slick everything up nice and neat. All this will be underwater, so it really doesn't matter. Let's get it slicked up some. Get what's left of this. I may grab one more of those mats. I may try to sit this machine right there and dip out what I can. That way I got a nice, what did I hit? Rock or something. That way I got a nice path to drive that one in. We'll see here in a minute. Let me get this cleaned up and I'll figure out my plan of attack for that. Alright, so I laid 4 mats out here. You don't know until you try something. Let's see if the long reach is going to disappear. Should work good as long as I stay right here on this rocky ridge. Yeah, so far so good. See how deep that is. Not too bad. I think my main problem was I just needed to get some of this material out before I could go in here. There's a solid bottom. It's just like deep until you get there. I don't know how else to say it. I think if I can get this area down here dug out, I can make room to get that machine down in here. Or maybe this, if I get it dug out good enough. Because I need to get that whole bank pulled down and that creek a little farther away. I need it against that bank. You'll see how it's going through where I've got to dig. And that's the absolute last thing you want, is all that water pouring into the cut you're trying to make. But then you're taking somewhat solid mud and just making it pure liquid. And that makes a mess. So I'm going to sit here and lay out enough to kind of cut this down where I think I can go out here with the mats. Like that. The main thing is just get rid of some of this crap so I got room to put it and cut it down so that I can go out there on it. Because you can go on a lot of stuff with the mats, but eventually you kind of cross the line. You've got to have something solid under it, where it's not going to work. It can be like bottomless stuff, but it needs to be somewhat solid. If it's pure liquid, you can't go out on 7, 8 feet or however deep this is. I can find out here right shortly on how deep it is when I stick the bucket. And I got a truck coming, so I'm going to load them. And you see that's still never hit anything solid right there. So we'll see. Let me load the trucks and we'll venture back in here. Bring it out. Alright, so I'm about to get brave in this thing. I'm taking it out there. I took the mats and built me a road. All this is a big rock dissipator pad, so I'm good right here. This is nice and solid. But right there where I quit digging is about 8 to 9 feet deep. So what I'm going to try to do is come out here on these mats and reach out across, and hopefully this thing doesn't sink out of sight. I'm going to push that down. I wanted to sit on those 3 mats and see how far I could reach out. This is still like really deep. It's solid, it's just really deep. So my goal is to try to reach out across here and get everything I can, and then if I have to run down that shoreline over there, I can run over there with the 220 and just grade that shoreline out. That's my plan, at least. We'll see how well it works. As long as these mats hold me up, I'll be alright. I'm sinking down pretty good. Now we're going. I don't really know my limits in this thing. I haven't run it enough. I don't want to find out the hard way either. Well, regardless, I'm going to get a ditch dug over here to let the water flow farther that way. Like I said, I think I can take the 220 down that other edge if need be, to get what I can't reach right here. Slow and steady. Pouring in. ditch dug right here. Let that water around over there. Get it farther away from where I am. Bucket out. Only problem is I'm limited to time down here before a truck shows up. They're all out of sequence now, so they come about every 15 minutes. That doesn't leave me a lot of time to be down here transferring mud back. And the more I go in and out, the worse it gets. It's kind of one of those things, once you get down here, you kind of need to do everything you can. Back. That's a good scoop there. Might just have to dig that edge down and just smear it down. I think that's what I'm going to do, and not have to deal with trying to reach what I can and smear the rest of it out. I like that plan. Dig a little deeper and then just fill in with the sediment I can't reach with the 220 on that side. That's my plan. I feel like once I get over here I can reach the rest of it. It's just that right there that's a little difficult. So I got everything I needed to with the long reach. Now I'm down here. Where's that mat at? I got one more mat, a couple more mats out here. It's still super, super deep. Like I've already cut out 3 or 4 feet. So get that last mat out right here. What I'm doing now is just trying to clean everything up. Yes, there's still a lot of mud left, but we're trying to restore the pond to the original level where it was built. Now that's the old creek channel, so obviously it's deep. And there's really no gain on digging it deeper because the water level now is as low as it can go because of the valve. So other than a lot of extra water, there's no need to dig all this out. So we're trying to restore it back to that level and go from there. There's some goopy stuff. That crap's pouring all out of that bucket with the holes in it. Trying to load it into trucks. So what I'm trying to do here is get some of the more solid mud. So I just take out a scoop and then smear the liquidy stuff around, fill in the hole I dug. This thing feels like a mass excavator after running that with that little bucket. Feels like you moved the world with this thing. When I used to complain that it seemed like it took forever with this bucket. fill up some. It looks better if it's all covered in water. I ain't got to go back out there, so might as well. Trying to get all this cleaned up. They're calling for rain tomorrow, so I want to try to get everything cleaned up pretty much in front of that drain pipe so that it can freely flow when it does rain. Mat, I got all the mats right here, I think. I'm missing one. This will be 4 or 5. Alright, that's 4. There's one there. So there's still one more left. There it is. Alright, I found all the mats now. I'm going to leave these right here. They shouldn't float away. I'll tell you what, they won't float away now if I take this rock, wherever, grab it. Come on. Sit on top of them. There we go. Now the mats won't float away, because I'm going to leave them right there. So now it's pretty much just smear this around, and I got to dig out some more. I got to dig that out so that I can transfer that over. And the game plan is now, when we come back Monday, is I'll go up there to 220 and come down with the mats, and I'm going to try to get on that sandbar and get across and take that and lay it back over this way. That's my plan. We'll see how well that works. Well, made pretty good progress today. Got everything parked over here for the weekend. Calling for 2 to 3 inches of rain, so that's not going to be good for tomorrow. But I was able to get probably about half of it dug out. Muddy. Got everything pretty much dug out from the drain to about halfway, and then all the rest of the sediment will come from over there, and that should be a little easier to load out. I went ahead and did the hardest part first. I think when I come back on Monday, I can go down there with the 220 where those posts are, rip them out, and go across there and lay that sandbar back. It's still about 6-8 feet deep out there where that water is, and I can't get through that, well, not easily. So I'm gonna try to get up there on that sandbar and lay it back, and we'll haul that off on Monday.